Miss Laney, you do not have to say anything, but you do have the right to speak to the court directly before I sentence you.
I would love to speak.
You may. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I am here today to accept full responsibility for my actions on March 30th of 2024, of which I deeply regret. My car accident could have been avoided if I had been following traffic laws and paying more attention to the road. On the night of March 30th, I was driving down Hiawatha with Roman in my passenger seat and Cole and John in my back seat. I was driving way too fast and tried to avoid a car, but instead hit the curb, bounced off of it into a tree. I hit my head and was so confused. I got out of the car and people helped me get John out of the back seat. I saw Cole on the ground near the tree I had hit, but people started pulling me and Roman, screaming at us. When we broke free, we jumped the fence and left the scene. Cole was a friend of mine for a little over 2 years. Whenever we hung out, he was always making me and everyone around us laugh and smile. He was a good friend to have, always there for the people he cared about. I miss him every day, same as I carry the guilt of this every day. I don't know John well, but that doesn't make my regret any less. Amy and Chris shouldn't have to feel the pain of the loss of their son because of my actions. Neither should anyone else. John shouldn't have to live with a large portion of his body scarred with burns and need physical therapy to regain use of his fingers, all because I was recklessly driving, speeding, and not watching the road, not thinking about consequences. My friends put their lives in my hands and I failed them. The blame, pain, sadness I feel, I know I deserve to feel, and it's nothing compared to the damage I have done to Cole and John's families. Since that night, I have asked others to drive me places if possible, as I get very painful flashbacks of my crash, seeing the flames, seeing Cole injured, unmoving in the road, and seeing John confused and burnt. I was relieved when I received the notice of losing my license after my guilty plea. I have completed a defensive driving course, but am not sure that I ever want to drive a vehicle again after experiencing how much pain and damage it can cause so many people that weren't even in the car. I quit going to school. I couldn't focus on much besides my guilt and shame, and I wasn't welcomed there by my classmates. I have now started classes to get my GED, and once I finish that, I plan to go to college to become a veterinarian. After hurting so many people, I would like to have a career helping others for the rest of my life. Thinking and planning my future is hard and really unfair because Cole didn't get to plan his and I took that away from him. I'm so sorry for everybody affected by my actions.
Thank you. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing your client's name correctly. I've heard it pronounced a few different ways today.
It's Laney.
Laney. I want to thank everyone for their input today and their statements. There's no other way to describe this than it just is simply an unspeakable tragedy with horrific facts, horrifying things that everyone here endured that night. Cole was clearly beloved by many. He was a beloved son, a beloved brother, and a beloved friend. Nothing I do can bring him back. The events of this night are irreversible. John has also endured significant pain and loss that he will also be dealing with for the balance of his life. And I thank him for being here today and sharing his experience is very brave. So no sentence I can give can take this event back, can heal your loss and pain. And I also recognize that Miss Laney will also be experiencing this pain, and certainly her actions have impacted her family and her loved ones who are also here as well. But I do hope the fact that this matter is being sentenced today will provide some closure for everyone involved and can help everyone here move forward in your grieving process and in the healing process. Ms. Laney, please stand to be sentenced. This court does not find any substantial basis to depart from the sentencing guidelines. I do not believe there is a basis to find that you are particularly amenable to probation or to grant a downward duration of departure. Therefore, I'm going to deny the defense request for that departure. I am going to sentence you according to the Minnesota presumptive sentencing guidelines. Ms. Laney, I commit you to the Commissioner of Corrections on count 1 for 48 months. I accept your guilty plea and you are convicted on count 1 for criminal vehicular homicide. On count 2, you are convicted of criminal vehicular operation. I sentence you to the presumptive sentence there of a state sentence of 23 months, but I will sentence that concurrent. Does your client wish to demand execution of that sentence?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you are committed to the Commissioner of Corrections on that file for 23 months concurrent. Towards both of these sentences, you have credit for 4 days served. Out of 48-month sentence, then, you will serve 32 months in the custody of the Commissioner of Corrections, 16 months on supervised release. If you violate the conditions of your supervised release, you may be required to serve the entire 48 months in custody. The fine, surcharge, and law library fee are waived. I will reserve restitution for 60 days in the event that any of the victims here, victims' families, wish to file a claim for restitution. Did I miss anything, Counsel?
No, Your Honor. I would, however, ask that given the extensive nature of the medical bills and ongoing nature of those medical bills, that that 60 days be expanded to 120 days.
All right. I will expand that to 120 days. I will find that Ms. Laney does have the ability to pay restitution. There will be prison wages, and once she is released, she will be able to be employed in some way and be able to make some payments for this restitution. Again, I hope for everyone here in the courtroom that the fact that this matter has been sentenced and is over helps everyone here move forward in the healing process. You are committed to the Commissioner of Corrections, Ms. Laney. This hearing is adjourned.
Adjourned.